Thank you, everyone, for coming to the National Honor Society induction. I'm Mia Murphy, our class service coordinator. First to speak tonight is our principal, Mr. Sperling.
Thank you, Mia. Good evening and welcome to the 2024 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony for Canton High School's Robert H. Teague chapter. I want to start by thanking you all for your patience leading up to this event. We had some unforeseen obstacles that caused us to reschedule the event to tonight. But here we are, and here we go. The students who will be recognized tonight and those present who were previously inducted exemplify the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Many students may show strength and accomplishment in 1 or 2 areas, but these students have shown a high level of achievement across all 4. We're fortunate to be on the receiving end of their many contributions, and we're proud to recognize and celebrate these deserving inductees here tonight. Those contributions and accomplishments have a lot to do with you, their families. Your endless support, encouragement, and opportunities have helped solidify their membership in the National Honor Society. They are far from done, however. I have no doubt these students will continue advancing in each of the 4 pillars and leave their mark well beyond the town of Canton and in whichever avenues they chose to pursue. You are ready for the world that awaits. Before I conclude, I would like to thank Ms. Jennifer Souza, a National Honor Society advisor. Ms. Souza leads this process and the Canton High School chapter with integrity. She maintains appropriately high standards and exemplifies the expectations and requirements of the National Honor Society. Thank you, Ms. Souza, for all your work and dedication to the program. In closing, I would like to congratulate all our new inductees as well as the previously inducted members. You will soon be named official members of the Canton High School chapter of the National Honor Society. Enjoy this special evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sperling. Next to speak is the superintendent, Mr. Folan.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Derek Folan, Superintendent of Canton Public Schools. On behalf of our school district, it's an honor to celebrate you tonight for your induction to the National Honor Society. I absolutely love this evening because everyone is so happy, proud, and they're beaming. Even on a rainy night, we're ready for it. You are part of something very, very special. Tonight is a testament to your commitment to your learning, your achievement, and your passions. This is a very public ceremony, and yet you have dedicated hours in private to be the best person you can be in the areas of scholarship, leadership, character, and service. You represent this school district so well. Congratulations on this milestone achievement. And as I wrap up, thank you, as Mr. Sperling said, to the parents and guardians. You have guided, supported, challenged, and loved your children in a remarkable way. And my goodness, there's no playbook to being a parent. So thank you for being here and helping your children reach this milestone. Finally, I always look at this moment as a celebration of our pre-K to high school years, not just the few years and the 4 years here at the high school at CHS. There are so many formative moments in your early years, the elementary years, and the middle school years that shaped you into the person and student you are today. We honor all of those tremendous educational experiences, and we honor the many educators that helped you along the way. We are so very happy for you. Congratulations again. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Folan. Next to speak is the school committee chair, Ms. Grod.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Sonia Grouds, and it's my privilege to be here on behalf of the Canton School Committee to honor all of our inductees tonight. I'm also a parent. My children are young. They're only 6 and 4. But to have so many of you, all 68 of you, in our community for kids like mine to look up to is really inspiring. So tonight we recognize not only your academic accomplishments, but your commitment to making your school and our community a better place. You have dedicated thousands of hours to volunteerism, assumed leadership roles here and in our community, and been recognized by your teachers and coaches as role models because of your character. Through your efforts and actions, you show us that you truly are our community's brightest young leaders. You take initiative, you've taken on challenges, and you take responsibility to be the positive change in our community. You do this day in and day out, despite your busy lives and the balancing act that being a high schooler requires. For this, we are so proud of you. We know that these qualities will guide you through the rest of your time here at CHS, and we hope and we need you to bring those qualities out into the world as you go forth. So in this season of gratitude and hope, I am filled with optimism to have all of you at work in our schools and to know that you have chosen to start making positive change right here. We can't wait to see what the future holds for all of you, and on behalf of the entire school committee, congratulations to you, your family and friends who have been supporting you. We hope you have a wonderful night tonight and a happy and safe holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Grod. Next is the NHS Chapter Advisor, Mrs. Souza.
Hi, and welcome to the National Honor Society induction. My name is Jennifer Souza, and I'm the National Honor Society Chapter Advisor. I cannot thank you all enough for being here tonight to support these incredible students. This event is really a testament to their hard work and their dedication, their academic excellence, and the journey that they've had at Canton High School. I'd like to welcome all of our previously inducted members who are here tonight. Being inducted into the National Honor Society really is no small task, and to be inducted as juniors as they were is kind of even more incredible. So I just want to thank you for your continued commitment to the National Honor Society, and thank you for setting the bar so high for our inductees this year. I'd also like to recognize our officers. They are just really great kids who were elected by their peers to be leaders of a group of leaders. And I just think that that's really kind of a very special thing. And, you know, they kind of facilitate the process tonight. And so I wanted to thank them especially for all of their hard work and the hard work that they're going to do throughout the year to lead some of our service projects and do some fun things. So thank you for being here and for being such great leaders. They really are great. The National Honor Society is not just an accolade, but it's a commitment to scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Tonight, we'll recognize our students that have excelled in all of these areas, leaving an incredible impact on our school and our community. As we welcome you all into this extraordinary group, let us remember our responsibilities as National Honor Society members. You must continue your commitment to academic excellence while being a role model for those in the community. Stay strong in your leadership and service commitments, and continue to grow and inspire the next generation. Becoming the person that you want requires dedication, self-reflection, and commitment to personal growth, constantly striving to embody the values of integrity, leadership, and service. By setting goals for yourself, embracing challenges, and staying true to your values, you can shape a future where you contribute positively to the community and you inspire others to do the same. Without further ado, I'm going to get Mia back up. We're going to have our faculty speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Souza. Next is our faculty speaker, Mrs. Yacobucci.
Good evening, families, faculty, guests, and of course, our newest National Honor Society inductees. I'm truly honored to be your faculty speaker tonight. Since one of the 4 pillars of the NHS's character, I wanted to begin this speech with a confession. Since I had absolutely no idea what to say tonight, and last Sunday, true panic set in as I stared at a blank page, I decided to use ChatGPT, a student favorite and a teacher's worst nightmare. In the last few years, this AI dumpster fire has completely discolored my profession. However, I am continuously told how teachers should embrace it, since some leaders swear it can help us in our classrooms as long as it's used properly. To prove these educators wrong and to continue with my abhorrent procrastination, I messaged the chat asking it to write a speech for an NHS induction ceremony. I pressed enter and bingo. A speech materialized in seconds. As I read through the artificial sentences and paragraphs that each begin with awkward, glaring transitions, I quickly realized how wrong I had been. ChatGPT did prove useful after all. I now had a solid list of what not to do in my speech. Here's what I gathered. Number 1, do not start the speech by telling the inductees that this honor is a new chapter or a journey. Number 2, do not outline the 4 pillars of NHS, define them, and explain how they have shaped or will shape the inductees. Number 3, don't be contrived and cliched, obviously. Reading through an AI-generated response also helped me realize that writing an honest speech to a room full of students who have been deemed honorable is what I needed to do. Here I go. Contrary to ChatGPT's line of reasoning, this accomplishment is certainly not a chapter for you. In the book of your life, this might write you a few sentences, but I doubt it would even make the final edit. Nor is this a journey. You are not going anywhere, not yet, not even figuratively. So instead, let tonight be a moment of quietude and introspection, a moment where you consider the type of student you are and will continue to be in academia. I know many of you have been accepted because you care about learning. You are inquisitive and passionate because even when the workload feels too heavy to carry, you choose integrity and acquiring knowledge to lighten that burden instead of indifference and dishonesty. When the influx of AI and other emerging technologies threaten to upend your right to real learning, remember what it felt like when you were a young child and learned to read your first word, then your first sentence, then your first chapter. I bet you are proud. I bet one of your parents or your sibling or your teacher was even prouder. Let tonight be a moment to remind you of your responsibility to lead by example through prioritizing authentic learning experiences. The motto of NHS, noblesse oblige, or nobility obligates, means that those of high rank, that refers to all of you, how cool is that? You have the obligation of honorable, generous, and responsible behavior in service to others. So while you should certainly lead and serve others, don't forget the obligation you have to yourself. Like tonight's recognition, let all of your future successes be honorable. To the NHS inductees, it truly is an honor to be recognized for your leadership, scholarship, service, and character, the 4 pillars. I presume, based on average GPA in this room, that you know what those words mean, so I will not define them for you. I wanted to be authentic in my speech tonight, and that is my wish for you, to be honest, genuine, even if that means you are fallible. So forget about the pillars. No, I don't mean that. Remember that the pillars are what make us human: intellectual rigor, service, leadership, character. No AI bot can replicate them for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Iacobucci. We will now hear about the pillars of the National Honor Society from this year's officers. First is Chapter President Sophie Mack to speak about service.
So I know Ms. Iacobucci said we weren't going to define the pillars, but here I go, as I have service. Service is one of the most apparent pillars in National Honor Society. We do our individual projects as well as whole chapter projects, but it's more than just a donation. As service is giving time and energy to help someone else. As NHS members, we are lucky enough to have the opportunity to improve our own community directly. I remember my first time volunteering for my community. My mom ran a tie-dye activity at the civic pool, and I was her assistant. I was 5. I felt like I was doing something important, like I was helping my community. Even though following your mom around during a craft isn't the typical idea of service, it felt real to me. When I grew up, I took every opportunity to volunteer or do service for my community that I could. And trust me, now I'm doing more official service in addition to the tie-dye. No matter the setting or the philanthropy, volunteering always makes me feel like I'm doing good. Helping people is what service is all about. It isn't about changing the world all by yourself, but rather doing what you can to help out your community. Service is the backbone of National Honor Society, and I hope that everyone knows that little acts of service can go a long way.
Thank you, Sophie. Next is Vice President Megan to speak about scholarship.
Hi, everybody. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Boo, school, who wants to hear about scholarship? We know about that already. But most people believe that scholarship is solely high academic achievement. In fact, if you look up the Merriam-Webster definition of the word, that's what you get. But to me, scholarship is about more than that. It's about choosing to love for the love of learning, not just because you have to. Even if that means going down a Google rabbit hole, researching something you find cool or weird or interesting. Going the extra mile at home or with a teacher because even though you finished the worksheet for homework, you still don't think you get it all the way. Yes, scholarship could be all about your transcript or your report card, but it doesn't have to be. You don't even have to be really good at school to be a scholar, because to me, scholarship only requires your consistent best effort. So even though the classic movie, The Karate Kid, teaches us that we must do or do not, there is no try. I believe that that is the only thing that you need to be a scholar, to try. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Next is our treasurer, Jessica, to speak about character.
There's no cars around, and it's flipping the penny to be heads up for the next person to find. One's character is personal to each individual, and for that reason, I find it all the more powerful. When you think back on the things you have done that were a result of your integrity to maintaining your character, I hope you can be proud. It plays a role in each of the other pillars because without character, it is unlikely one will find the motivation to achieve all of the other wonderful things that make you a part of National Honor Society. Each of you are individuals who have demonstrated tremendous character and should be extremely proud of yourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Next is our secretary, Ava, to speak about leadership.
Leadership is not just about holding a title, it's about making a positive impact, inspiring others, and leading by example. As a member of the National Honor Society, I strive to embody the principles of leadership by fostering an environment of collaboration, integrity, and responsibility. True leaders means being a role model, offering guidance and support to peers, and taking initiative to serve the community. It requires both the confidence to make decisions and the humility to listen and learn. Through dedication, persistence, and a commitment to the greater good, I aim to continue growing as a leader who not only seeks personal excellence but encourages others to achieve their potential as well.
Thank you, Ava. We will now ask that our new members come up to receive your certificate and a token of recognition.
Am I good to go? All right. Sia Bass. Ava Bazin. Isabel Barron. Kenzie Bennett. Kaylee Brown. Seamus Brown. Daphne Bowie. Georgia Campbell. Brianna Carstairs. Jasmine Shenar. Francis Chung. James Connolly. Isabella Corporan. Adeline May Crawford.
Nick Crow. Shannon Durbin. Michaela Dickey. Megan Donovan. Madeline Driscoll. Max Eagles. Brianna Flurim. Kaylee Furbish. Nora Giannakopoulos. Jules Gilchrist. Zoya Gildenberg. Andrew Gillis. Daphne Golden. Jillian Grady.
Miranda Grady. Sadie Gugliotta. Emma Harris. Peter Heredia. Hannah King. Ava Clydes. Deanna Kolokitis. Andrew Kerchak. Allison Lynn. Jack Musharelli. Liliana McNeese. Owen Morrissey. Amy Murphy. Shaylin Murphy.
Jack Neeser. Lana Wen. Sophia Pankovich. Christopher Pereira. Katie Poole. Clara Redquest. Mary Jane Robbins. Christiana Recido. Carolyn Schiavo. Tony Sphere. Catherine Scheel. Teddy Schumann.
Kaylin Souza. Kevin Sullivan. Riley Swearingen. Maggie Thibodeau. Athena Toe. Viviana Truglia. Morgan Warburton. Madeline Wilson. Patrick Wilson. Sarah Wan. Alyssa Wong. Matthew Wright. And Catherine Yaton.
So if everybody, newly inducted members, could come and fill the risers, we're going to hand out some candles. Just, again, be very careful with them, please. Yes. Am I good to just light?
Our new members and previously inducted members will now join me in reciting the NHS Pledge. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected, striving in every way, by word and deed, to make its ideals the ideals of my school and my life.
All right, and congratulations to all the newly inducted members.
Take some smoky pictures if you need to with the dramatic effect. All right, folks, how about another round of applause for all of our inductees, previous members, officers, and Ms. Souza? Congratulations again. That concludes our ceremony. Please exit the risers safely. Hopefully all the candles are out, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.